Hi guys, I am your host from hairsite.com, bringing you hair restoration news worldwide for over 20 years. Each week, we look everywhere around the world for the absolute best in hair restoration. Today, we have another episode from our Hair Transplant Porn series. Listen guys, this one is as pornographic as it gets when it comes to hair restoration. Wait till you see the after result. As always, we are not going to reveal who the doctor is and where his clinic is located until the end of the video. The doctor responsible for this result could be someone in your backyard or halfway around the world. We will keep everyone in suspense for the time being. Here we have someone, I would say in his 30s, Norwood class 3 or class 4 thinning. His hairline and temples are pretty much gone. This is very typical of what most people would experience with male pattern baldness. It usually starts with the temples, followed by the hairline and frontal areas. I am sure many of us can relate to this pattern of hair loss. And you know what? Before I show you the after results, let's make this more interesting. Say you can only use 1,000 grafts on him. What would you do for this patient if he only has a budget for 1,000 grafts? As you all know, 1,000 grafts is very minimal by hair transplant standards. Well, grab a seat, guys. Let's fast forward to 1,000 grafts later. Look at that! That's insane! What a transformation! All this with only 1,000 grafts. I mean, this literally takes 10 years off his face. Let's see why this procedure is so brilliant. First, the doctor did the right thing by not going too aggressive with his hairline. This patient has tons of donor. Most doctors would simply talk him into lowering his hairline, which actually is not in the best interest of the patient. Instead, this doctor gave him an age-appropriate hairline by using a V-shaped design in order to minimize the number of grafts required to frame his face. It is a perfect look for the patient. Kudos to the doctor. Second, this patient is blessed with thick hair texture, which helped tremendously in minimizing the number of grafts required in order to achieve the appearance of density and coverage. Last but not least, the yield. By yield, I mean the survival rates of the donor follicles. Really, what's the point in having a hair transplant if the grafts don't grow? The fact that the doctor was able to achieve this result with only 1,000 grafts speaks volumes about the survival rate. That is not easy to do in hair transplantation, especially with FUE technique, which requires a ton of expertise on the part of the doctor. I mean, a lot of doctors would require twice as many grafts in order to accomplish the same coverage because, well, most of the grafts never grew. Sound familiar? All right, enough with the mystery. The doctor who is responsible for this masterpiece is none other than Dr. Ray Woods, the world's famous inventor of FUE hair transplant technique. Yep, this masterpiece is the work from the very inventor and world authority in FUE and BHT techniques. The person who revolutionized how hair transplants are being done around the world nowadays. Well, that's it for this episode of Hair Transplant Porn. If you have any questions about this result or any other topics on hair restoration, contact Dr. Ray Woods' clinic directly. No cost, no fee, just good, honest information.